A lot of things is looking up in Los Angeles, especially the Lakers, because we just secured the 25-year-old Slovenian superstar, Luka Doncic. I can't believe this is my life right now. I don't even know where I should start. I'll recap it for anybody who's been living under a rock. Luka Doncic to the Lakers for Anthony Davis, Max Christie, and a first-round pick. And, of course, we gave up Jalen Hood-Schifino as well in this trade. Unbelievable. Rob Pelinka,
oh, my God.
you're a demon. Unbelievable. And let me say this, man. Let me say this about the Mavericks before we get into anything. Thank you, Dallas Mavericks. Thank you so fucking much. You're so stupid. You traded a generational 25-year-old superstar in his prime for one first-round pick, and I'm so grateful because now our future is clear and we have a direction. We have Luka Doncic on our team. It doesn't matter. This guy carried your team to the finals last year, and now he's in Los Angeles. It's just not fair. It's not fair being a Lakers fan. I'm sorry if you're a fan of another team like this guy right here, but it is what it is, man. It's amazing. I have no words. And unbelievable, incredible. Rob Pelinka, you deserve a statue, brother. Good freaking job, brother.
Last week you were calling for his job.
Take away all my hate, all the hate I ever heard about, that I ever said about Rob Pelinka has now been alleviated. I think that there is no agent or not agent. Well, there's no agent or GM better in the history of basketball at this point. showing that he pulled off the most shocking trade, the biggest heist we've ever seen in a sports league ever.
Yeah.
The fact that he was able to get this shit just
we talk about some football ones, but yeah.
Yeah, I was kidding. Just the fact that they were able to get just between them, and he deadass was able to lower the original asking price that they even came to him with. 10 out of 10 job, future secured, got the next big star. I'm gonna love watching the Lakers for the next. I won't ever give up on them ever again. It's the best thing I've ever seen. LeBron might get another ring.
That's crazy. Change the whole trajectory.
I don't know about that.
Change the whole trajectory. He might get two.
Hey, man, I don't care if Luka Doncic wants a McDonald's built in his crib. If he's dropping 30-point triple-doubles, he can have whatever he wants, brother. I don't care.
Facts.
And who better to play with than the guy who's literally been taking care of his body for 22 years in the league? It's so crazy that they literally handed this to us on a silver platter. Everything lines up. JJ Redick gets to coach Luka Doncic for the next 10 years. We are so set up beautifully for the next 10 seasons of our franchise. I can't believe this is real. I literally cannot believe. I feel like I'm still dreaming because JJ Redick, Luka, you already know they had a good relationship. Luka even came out and said today in his presser, oh, JJ Redick's the only coach I've even went on his podcast. I don't even go on podcasts, but that's how much I respect JJ Redick. And now he gets to coach him and build around him. We got LeBron James. We didn't have to give up our 2031 pick even. We still got that if we want to go get somebody else, a big man or something. We got time.
Mr. Claxton, where you
at?
In
the off season.
Miles Turner, where you at?
5 years in the making. Yeah, I still can't believe it myself. Seeing Luka on the bench today, it didn't even feel real. Truth be told, I still think he doesn't feel like it's real the way that he's like.
Oh, he's pissed, man. He's so upset. Yeah. And you know what? That's the best part about it. They literally traded a pissed off Luka Doncic on his revenge tour. So they gave him a reason to just get back at them, and he went to the best spot possible to do that. Literally great coach, great all-time player next to him. The GM, the franchise loves their star player, so we're going to do whatever he wants. We're going to sign all his best friends. We've done this for every superstar we had. Meanwhile, the Mavericks owner, Nico Harrison, did the exact opposite. Every person Luka liked playing with, he traded them. He didn't mess with him. He constantly was riffs with him. He just didn't like him for whatever reason, and thus he sabotaged the entire team. And I feel bad mostly for the fans than anybody because they literally had no control over this, and now their franchise is, they're still going to have a good team this season, but long term, they basically closed their window to the next 2 seasons because then Kyrie could walk. These guys are old. It's just a terrible move. And I just feel bad for the fans at the end of the day.
Yeah, Jason Kidd didn't even know about this. I want to know what you guys think about.
You see that interview with him? He was uncomfortable.
Yeah. How do you guys feel about only Rob Pelinka, Nico Harrison, and the owners knowing about the trade and no one else being informed? Do you think that was the right move? Or?
I feel like it's weird, but it's business though, It's weird. It's just bad looks, but what can you do? You play for the team, so you're gonna get traded. Shit happens. It's crazy though. It's crazy.
I feel like personally, a trade of that magnitude, since it's never happened before, or 2 stars, like you got to keep it as in house as possible. Even if the head coach, I don't think the head coaches should know if it's that big of a trade and it could fall through. So I feel like he handled it the right way, but you also got to think about the fallout. Obviously, Jason Kidd, I don't think he thinks Luka Doncic should.
I think if we keep it a buck,
Kid's gonna kill himself.
Rob Pelinka was masterful in keeping it between them two, because if other teams found out, then they would just be offering way more, and now it's going to be a bidding war. And he just did a masterful job in keeping him on the low, and for good reason. He made it sound like, oh yeah, if we let this get out, he's going to request a trade. But in reality, if you're already trading, and why does it matter if you request a trade? So he just literally manipulated him, walked him down in the negotiations completely. And
that too, like you don't want wind of anything coming out.
And I think the biggest part about this is that the Mavericks, since Mark Cuban sold them, now they're no longer run by somebody who actually understands basketball. Like the person who bought them from Mark Cuban are casino owners, and they're more focused on profit, and they don't really understand the game of basketball. So whenever Nico Harrison just went off the rails and said, I want my buddy Anthony Davis, I signed him in Nike when I worked there. The owner said, yeah, whatever. Like, who the fuck, Anthony Davis? We don't even know who that is. Go ahead, do that trade. We don't care. So they signed off on it. And so now you see what happens when the organization is not run competently. Things like this could happen. And Adam Silver, I know he's happy. I know he is excited to see this for his NBA. He's not going to David Stern this one. So,
for sure.
Yeah, he about the bread. He not David Stern. David Stern said had some ball integrity. Adam Silver,
to be honest, though, I feel like the Mavericks this year will still be better than you guys as far as right now. Like, I don't know what's going to happen on Thursday, but like the team's
even better with Luka.
Huh?
I said they weren't even better with Luka.
Yeah, but what's it called? You get Kyrie, who's also good offensively, and then Anthony Davis is still a top 10 player in the NBA. So he still has offense and defense. So they have a shot from like team compatibility this year. Because you guys have Luka, Reeves, and LeBron. Like, who's gonna play defense right now? If you get Miles Turner or something like that.
Today like those boys was locked in on a defensive side. They know that nobody's safe no more, so they locked in.
You gotta give credit to JJ Redick for the schemes that he's putting together for these guys to cook up the last few games. Is definitely on him.
No AD. Yeah. Rob said we don't even need that guy.
Episode. I'm putting my mic
right next to him. In a long-term situation, like nowadays without AD, there's no way you guys can compete against OKC, in my opinion, like in a series.
You're talking about defense-wise?
Yeah.
I mean, I don't think we're any lower than we were. I mean, I guess maybe a little bit before we had AD, but it's like I don't think we were that like perennial of a contender with AD. So I don't think where we are now is that much of a downgrade. And for the Mavs, I think that they have a good roster. I think people are underestimating them, and it's just because of the move and how it was made and all that people are kind of just sleeping on them. But they got a good team still with AD, Kyrie, all the other pieces, PJ. Now AD can finally play the four like he's been wanting to. So that's huge for him. And I think they can compete up there with the good teams in the Western Conference. I don't think that they're set apart from them. I don't think that they're like clear favorites or nothing like that. I know there's been some rumors about them making more moves, and we'll have to see. But I do think they're at that level of Denver Nuggets, of OKC. They can compete in that realm. But it's also just not like overwhelming. So we just got to wait and see, I guess, a couple more days if they do anything more, or this is it. And then we could talk about how we see things fit.
So who's like the ideal player that you want for Lakers right now?
Anthony Davis.
I mean,
Gabe
if we had Anthony Davis and Luka and LeBron, it'd be unstoppable. But
low-key Braun
is what you mean.
I mean, he's already out the door. Just let Luka and Davis cook.
He's not wrong.
You're missing the point here, Braun here. He's here to mentor Luka. Like, we need him.
I mean, I guess, but like team comp wise, Davis clearly would have been better for the team with Luka.
Yeah, but there's no way you trade LeBron for Luka.
Well, yeah,
there's no way you just trade LeBron.
I'm just saying, our situation to be a little bit better, we need a player like Davis.
Yeah, Braun for Luka is less of an upgrade than AD for Luka, to be honest.
That would be even more egregious. Braun's out the door next year. If he got traded to the Mavericks, he might retire this year.
But even then,
he might just retire immediately.
Yeah,
good.
He said he gets traded and retires effectively.
Also, Braun gets to choose whether he gets traded, so it's impossible. Yeah. Like, it's not happening.
It's impossible to blindside him by a trade.
Yeah,
I'm team trade LeBron next year. I feel like Luka's obviously
we
the
ain't
future.
trading him, bro. Okay,
And
I
he's
need
I
you to
agree.
understand.
I agree.
Now
Hear me
that
out
we
for
have
this, though.
Luka
Hear my point.
Doncic, bro. Now that we have Luka Doncic, he knows he's not have to be the number one option anymore. He's been begging AD
Yeah.
to take the reins for
He can
years.
retire.
Now it's lock. And now, as
Don't
long
you
as
feel
we
like he can
surround
get-
him with good pieces, like just competent role players, I think he'll be cool where he's at.
Don't you think you can get more complementary pieces by trading LeBron in his
Yes.
final
No.
years to
Yes.
help
No.
Luka?
No.
Yes.
Why would he want to leave?
No
What
one's
team
gonna
is he going to
trade.
go to? What team is he going to go to,
It's not
Hassan,
his
that's going to
choice.
give us complementary pieces and has a better player than Luka Doncic right now?
It's not his
Back
choice.
to
He doesn't have a
Cleveland.
no
to
trade.
go back to Cleveland where he can retire.
Okay,
Get some
but who are
pieces
they
there.
going to give us? But that's not one of their big four
Evan
players.
Mobley
That
and
just
like
fucks them over. Yeah, see, they're not going to give up
What
Mobley.
What if
They're
you
not
get,
going to give up
if you get
Allen.
their depth? You guys are in a better
Hassan,
position.
I'm not
Think
trading
about it this
LeBron
way.
for Max Strus, bro.
Think
I'm
about it
sorry.
this way, bro.
His
Think
depth
about it
and
this
some-
way.
and some,
LeBron's trade value is far lower than his on the court impact. You
Cool.
get me?
Yeah.
Like his on the court impact is still top tier. If he was 28, he would be traded for 18 billion first, doing exactly what he's doing right now.
Yeah, but
You
what
know
do
what
you
I
say
mean?
his trade value is lower though because you think he
Because
can
he's
just
old.
retire?
Yeah, he's old. And there's no incentive for him to stay places. Like there's no, you can lock people down. You know what I mean? Effectively when it comes to contracts and stuff when you have years and years on them. You know what I mean? But
Yeah.
there's the value that you're gonna receive by actually trading LeBron it's not even gonna be close to what he actually gives you on the court. You know what I mean? It's not even worth really trading LeBron because no one's gonna give up real assets that mask or that could equal his stats. You know what I mean?
Yeah, for you.
For that he's gonna give you for whatever couple years he's still here.
That's a good point. So then now how long do you think LeBron do you think like the trade for Luka extends LeBron his playing years or
Well, I
Yes,
already said
definitely.
that I think it's gonna do 2, but now I'm thinking 2 or 3.
damn,
I say like 3 max. I don't see
bro.
past 3. Yeah, I don't see past 3
Yeah.
to be honest. As much as I would want him to play until he's 53, but
Yeah, with the
I
point
think
you make now, like with the trade value thing and him probably not wanting to leave LA, I think he retires there 2 years and
There's no way we
Yeah.
trade him. He's just gonna retire. Even if we end up not doing shit, like he's probably just content with staying here. His family's here. His son's on the team. Like there's just no reason for him to leave.
the most
if
untradeable
he
player
left,
in
he'd
the
probably be
NBA.
Bronny
free
is
agency. To be
untouchable.
honest,
Yeah.
he's more likely leaving a free agency than a trade.
Yeah,
But
that's
I doubt
a
he
good
would
point.
ever.
Bron?
Right.
LeBron's never
Let's get some
requested
money.
trade in his
Get him
career,
out of here.
so
Yeah. I mean, the only way he'd leave is if he go back to Cleveland and just hang it up.
I don't even think he wants to leave. I think he loves that we got Luka, to be honest. So
Yeah, me too. I mean, that's what the report is. The report said that it could extend his career.
he
Yeah.
might sign
I
an
believe it.
extension because we signed Luka. Like
What do you think's
Bro,
next?
I hate the dumb niggas like when it comes to like fit dude like people act like it's not like it's not even Glaze but it's LeBron James, you know what I mean? Like they act like he has to have the ball or else he can't like
No, he
like,
really
bro,
does have to have the ball in his hands.
No, he
bro,
doesn't.
He doesn't
Come
have
on,
he's so good
no, he
off the ball,
doesn't,
dude.
bro.
Like
LeBron James can
Not
play off the
LeBron
ball.
anymore. Not LeBron nowadays. Luka needs the
he's
ball,
still
but
good
not
off the ball.
LeBron.
He's a
If
big
you
he's a
want
better
maximum
shot.
impact LeBron, the ball needs to be in his hands.
No, you don't need
Yeah, but
maximum
No,
impact
bro.
LeBron. You have
yeah,
Luka.
exactly. Like now that Bron
We
shoots
also have a
better,
good coach that puts him in positions to like succeed with the ball not in his hands. Like
I think he's gonna not go back to playing a traditional 4, but like you know what I mean. He played next to
It's gonna be
Kyrie,
like
who
Draymond
was
Green.
relatively
at
ball dominant
this
too.
point in his career, he is a 4. He's just like not like I don't say athletic enough because he's still athletic, but it's just like his body. He's probably best as a 4 where he doesn't have to like run downhill every play from the perimeter. You know, he could set screens, cut back door. He doesn't have to guard the fastest guys on the other team. I think that's what he plays now, pretty much anyway. Honestly,
Well, I mean-
especially when AD was on the team, he was the 5, and AD was the 5, and Bron was the 4, pretty much.
Yeah, but I mean, stylistically, he was pretty much playing the 1. But
Well, yeah, this year we have AR pretty much playing the 1. Honestly,
yeah, it's been like a month, but he's been cooking with it. So
yeah.
Yeah,
I'm not lying.
it's gonna be funny to see how his backcourt kind of works with him and Luka.
yeah,
Hey
Especially
man,
the
let me
that's
say
when it
this.
comes to redundancy, those two. That's
Yeah,
you know what I
like-
mean. Like
Nah,
that-
bro,
Yeah, at
I'm
least
not
AR
tripping.
can
I'm
kind
not
of
tripping,
like
bro.
AR can kind of complement the Kyrie role because he really doesn't need the ball in his hands to
Yeah,
be super effective. Like he can just do what Kyrie did with Luka and just study tape off of that, I guess.
he doesn't
I feel
need
like it's
it,
gonna be
but in
weird.
my opinion, I'm a little bit like I guess worried that like they gave him the reins to like have more and more ball control, and he keeps getting better with it. You know what I mean? But now he's gonna go back to like much less on the ball. Because obviously Luka's gonna have 1,000,000% usage. So I'm hoping that he can like kind of revert back and still be like as effective. You know what I mean? But I just don't want it to like affect AR's game because he was on such a good trajectory the way he's been playing.
Oh, it definitely is. Like Luka's gravity it's Luka Doncic, the top 5 player, and his usage is pretty high. So everything's going to gravitate around him, and I don't think we'll see the same type of AR like we've seen the past years because of it.
I disagree. I'm not really worried. I think all 3 of those guys have some of the highest basketball IQ in the game, and they'll make it work. And obviously the defense is a concern, but I don't think, like you guys talking about offensively, it's really going to be an issue adjusting because of how smart those guys are. And also I feel like the coaching staff, JJ Redick and all them are also very smart, and it'll put them in the right position, definitely offensively to succeed. And I think the thing to me is the biggest concern is the defense. Obviously that's not a secret. We have no big man depth now. So that's really what's, I think, going to be an issue going forward. But offensively, I think we should never be struggling to get a bucket at this point. Like, it's never going to be a problem.
Yeah. Even if you're smart, it's still, there's only one basketball. The usage is going to still be high, and someone's going to have to take a hit because the way Anthony Davis can get a 30 ball is entirely different how Luka can get 30.
The thing is, though, Anthony Davis needs the ball in his hands too. Like, if you're thinking about it,
he only touches the ball for like 5 seconds.
He gets the ball.
Yeah, but you have to feed him, and he's not the playmaker that Luka is, so he can't make plays off of those post touches and feeds. Now, Luka, he could play from anywhere, the perimeter, the inside. He could make plays off of that. So he's just adaptable. Yeah, there'll be moments where he has the ball in his hands, but it's like he's gonna have plays where he's probably off the ball, or he's posted up and then Austin Reeves backdoor cut, and then LeBron out. You know what I mean? Like plays that get him involved where he's touching the ball, but he's not using the ball the entire play. So I'm not really too worried about that, assuming we actually run, which we will, because the coaching staff has been doing that. So I don't really have anything to worry about.
Luka not running, and Brown is old.
No, he's running, bro. He's running.
Dude, he's
motivated, bro. They called him fat on the way out and traded him.
270 is insane. I saw a tweet of someone saying that he was actually 270. He's the 7th heaviest player in the NBA.
He ain't they're just putting a smear campaign on his name to make it like, oh yeah, this is why we traded him, to make it look less dumb than it actually was.
Brown 270?
No, I think Brown's less.
Like 250?
Dude, Brown's like slim. He's slim with like a 6-pack. Not to analyze his body or anything.
The whole out of shape excuse is ridiculous because to this day the Pelicans stick by Zion Williamson. So that's
literally.
Yeah.
There's no way. Luka, the first time he hasn't played 60 games in his career. This season, the first time he's not going to play at least 60 games, and you already give up on him. That's just
and Luka took it to the finals last year. Zion has never sniffed the playoffs.
He hasn't played.
That's what I'm saying. Game. I'm like, they stick about this nigga. He does shit.
Yeah. So what do you guys think? What do we think it is? Like, why trade Luka Doncic?
It's the ownership. They don't know shit about basketball, bro. That's really the issue.
I think their reasons are they. You know what I mean? Like, that could be their reason, but that doesn't mean that's valid. You know what I mean? Like, that could be their reasoning, but it's just stupid. Like,
I think Nico Harrison
that's the real reason. They're just doing shit. Like,
thinking about I think Nico Harrison knows enough basketball, especially he's been the GM for a couple years now. So he knows
can be wrong,
how good
you know what I mean?
or how talented Luka Doncic is. I don't think he's that dumb. Like, there has to be an inside reasoning.
No. I think he doesn't like Luka. So because the rest of the organization doesn't know ball, he's free to do whatever he wants off the rail. So if he feels like, oh yeah, Luka, like Omari said, he actually feels this way, or he has a vendetta against him, no one's going to stop him from doing what he wants to do because the ownership doesn't understand ball. So they just let him do him. So he's just going to do, he has yes men surrounding him. There's people that saying everybody that he was surrounding himself with that told him it was a bad idea, he would just remove them from his life or whatever, like the situation. Yeah. So clearly he was on some yes man shit. Like, if you don't like this, you can get away from me. And the owners clearly didn't know enough about basketball to like step in and be like, look, you can't do this. This is crazy. Yeah. But I think that's really what it is. Like, he had a power trip, or Anthony Davis is his boy, and he probably doesn't like Luka because of him being out of shape or not being committed or whatever. And everything together just made him, I'm going to get my friend here, my homie, and nobody can stop me. That's really what I think it came down to.
It's crazy that he does that too. Like, Like, I mean, okay, like I guess it's a hypothetical scenario, but if that were the case, that would be so crazy to like. It's my boy, so I'm gonna just like uproot his life, like we
Yeah,
uproot this nigga's life, and he's moving here whether he likes it or
there's no
not.
way AD wanted to be a Maverick.
Yeah, he
Let's
didn't
keep
at
it a
all.
buck.
No shit.
Yeah,
Nobody wanted this trade. Like nobody in the trade
no
wanted this trade.
player wanted the trade. Yeah,
Yeah, like
But Nico Harrison probably doesn't care. He's probably like power tripping, like, oh yeah, this is my team. I'm gonna do my players. I'm
it's kind of dumb because
you know what I mean? Like that's his mentality. Like I'm gonna get my guys and lose with him. It's like in
Yeah, which is-
fantasy, if you're like, yeah, I'm losing a trade, but I like that player, so I'm just gonna fucking do the trade.
yeah, good
Yeah.
analogy. Well, I feel like him getting to the finals last year as the GM of the Mavs like extends your stay as in terms of trading Luka and getting AD. Now you're shortening your window of like 2 years. Like if you don't make the finals within a 2-year window, you're gonna get fired. Instead of just keeping Luka and whatever happens, and you're still the GM for the next 5 years.
Hey, if we want to get real crazy with these conversations, right now the Mavericks aren't even in the plan, and Lord forbid they miss the playoffs this year. It's gonna get ugly. Like the team.
Man.
They might actually move to Vegas because Adam Silver just will not have. I don't even know, but it could get ugly. Right now, they're not even in the play-in, and I know AD is going to come back and hopefully get rolling. But without Luka, they've looked really bad, and now he's not going to come back. Like there's nobody on the horizon coming in to save him.
Just AD. We'll see how good AD really is. He's going to be motivated
it'll
too.
be an impact.
Like, damn, he's expendable. He knows he's expendable. And he's gonna get motivated to show the Lakers.
Maybe he should have locked in. He wouldn't have got traded like a little freaking bag of potato chips. That's what he should have done.
No. We respect AD. We're respecting AD here. No hate on AD. First of all, I also want to say this about him and Max Christie. It actually does hurt to lose them because they've been playing well for us. The underrated part of this trade, like AD, I thought he was gonna retire a Laker. Like I thought he really was gonna finish his career out with LeBron, and maybe we'd get another star to pair with him on the back end of his career, but. It does suck, but you just got to make this trade 100 out of 100 times if it gets presented to you. So I can't
point, like, even if AD's averaging like 30 and 20, you still make the Luka trade because he's 25.
Obviously,
I don't care how good AD is playing. Like any GM will make that trade. It just sucks for AD because what can you do?
Yeah, it's unfortunate. That's what I was stuck on. Like even aside from like the basketball insaneness of it was just so sad to me to think about Bron and AD like getting broken up out of nowhere like that. It was on a random day.
Yeah,
like
everybody thought it was fake. Shoot, I still think it's fake now.
Yeah.
I see Luka in the Lakers
it's all just a joke.
Yeah, I'm like,
they're gonna go back. Bro, I saw Christie playing today, bro. I almost cried.
He was hooping, bro. He was hooping.
It should be a top defensive team though. Christie, lockups, Gafford.
Yeah, they do. They have a good defense. That's what they wanted. Defense wins championships.
Yeah,
it's crazy.
Yeah,
I'm thinking the reason they traded Luka, it has to be because of his attitude, or Nico Harrison doesn't like his attitude to the point where like he's crying too much or he's not.
They said conditioning, right?
But dude, the thing is, like, GMs have put up with a lot worse. Like the John Morant shit. Like there's just been so much worse in the NBA examples of like attitude, out of shape. It's just so crazy that the first time he did anything, even if it is true to some degree, they didn't have any type of patience with him. They said, "You're out immediately. We want you gone."
Yeah, it's crazy. I guess they think the Supermax is gonna cook them because you pay Luka another $100 million for 5 years, and you don't think you're gonna have enough cap space to create a team around him, and him complaining and all of that. But like, if you're not paying Luka Doncic a Supermax, no one else in the NBA deserves a Supermax. Like, what are we doing?
That top 3 player don't deserve it. Like, who are you paying?
Yeah, Jaylen Brown got a Supermax. Like, be for real.
And it only has one hand.
Like, every facet of this trade doesn't make sense from the Mavs perspective unless you actually win a championship, which proves everybody
even then
wrong.
That shit could be. It doesn't make sense. Like even if you win it, it's like, dude, okay, well now you got to worry about drafting another star after AD retires. Like,
yeah, and that first round pick that you gave him probably will not be Luka Doncic. So
never.
Yeah, this trade, man, who knows?
It just feels great to be a Laker fan.
Yeah.
For everyone else, I'm sorry you have to.
It's a beautiful day.
Go through it, but if you're a Lakers fan, man, it's just great. It's just so great.
Yeah,
man, we just need a center, man. That's all I'm saying. That's all. If we get a center,
maybe you going at the deadline. You guys like Valanciunas? He won't play defense.
No.
He'll get you buckets.
We want a defensive big now, especially now that we don't have AD. We need a defensive big. Before, it was like we just need a decent sized body. You know what I mean? We were looking for a little bit more versatility.
Now we need like Jaren Jackson Jr.
Now,
level
Hey,
defense.
Hey
bigger
man,
than
nothing's
them,
unrealistic anymore. I'm not even gonna write it off.
Yeah.
I don't even think the money. I don't know how he make. Does he make a decent amount already? Like he signed an extension.
Who?
Ruiz, someone else in a second round pick. Tag it. You don't know.
Yeah, Jim Jackson's making like 250 or something.
Jesus.
Yeah,
Bro,
like,
give him Gabe Vincent a couple seconds.
Yep. Put Jaren Jackson.
Say
That'd be
Jaren's
worse.
fat too,
That
bro.
might be more egregious than this one.
Do you want a free championship, Jared, or not? Pull up, like you know what I'm saying.
That literally might be a more egregious trade value trade than this.
You guys think this is going to be the best headline
in 2
ever?
seconds.
Watch, Rui and Gabe are gone. I'm calling it. They're gone.
Luka put Jericho Sims, who says no.
I don't think the Lakers are going to make like more than 1 or 2 trades, to be honest.
Mitchell Robinson wouldn't be bad coming back from injury.
Dude, if I'm the Knicks, there's literally no point to trade him because we need a defensive center. So why am I trading him before he even like plays a game for me?
Get a couple seconds for him.
Unless they just know his knees are cooked or something like that. Yeah, that's the only way I'm trading him.
About it.
Hey, is Lonzo available? I heard Lonzo Ball's available. For like
no need for him though.
Yeah, I know.
The Knicks. No, the Knicks need depth. They actually could use him.
I feel like no. I'm talking about the Lakers.
Oh yeah, we don't need them. We have guards. Too many guards. We need big men and wings.
I think Daniel's looking pretty good. Again, give him more minutes. Yeah, coming back from injury, he'll be all right. That's a good wing. But just center's the biggest priority right now for sure.
Yeah, Jackson Hayes, buddy.
LeBron's our center.
I think it needs to be in China, dude. Yeah, they're gonna put LeBron back at the 5. Like it's fucking 2022.